last pick, Lunox. So I think, yeah, we already saw both of the teams' composition here. For me, I prefer ONIC Esports because I really like the last pick they're coming from Lunox. This Lunox after level 4, he just can do a lot of rotation around the map, maybe helping this Harley as well, because ONIC Esports, they look pretty strong in the early composition here.
Yeah, I agree. ONIC Esports, they do certainly look strong with this composition, and Bigetron Alpha too. Both of these teams have great compositions. So let's just get straight into game number 1, match number 1. Here we go. Bigetron Alpha takes on ONIC Esports for the upper bracket position, the king of the galaxy.
Yep. Wow. Let's see. Key is going to play this Baxia. He really need to find a maybe a space as well for Bronze to, again, you know, this is a type of that actually we already know from Bronze. Okay, he always try to play safe. He don't want to take a risk. He don't want to join a team fight. He doesn't want to join a skirmish as well. But ONIC Esports, they want to play a bit aggressive right now. They want to give a pressure, a lot of pressure towards Bigetron Alpha in the early stages. Like I said earlier, their composition in the early game is so strong.
Yeah, you're
Clearly,
right.
they're trying to exploit the fact that you just mentioned. Brand's playing safe there, trying to make sure they contest and make his farming patterns, which Mirko speaks very highly of, contesting it as much as possible, making sure he doesn't scale comfortably into the late game.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, I gotta get your thoughts on here. All right, Momo-chan, you like ONIC Esports draft more. What about you, Arashi?
I think ONIC has a bit more potential here, just because with two tanky frontliners here, it's going to be an issue when they try and make anything happen, because they have that Balearic, which will be so troublesome to just get past.
Yeah, but the problem is ONIC Esports, especially this key boy, they have to pay attention to the abyssal trap that actually Selena put in every single bush inside Land of Dawn. So maybe the Kukpa, I think it's pretty, you know, an important part as well for ONIC Esports if they want to make a skirmish or maybe an initiation towards Bigetron Alpha.
Yeah, again, I mean, this Barras has been picked a lot to try to counter this Paquito, and so far it has worked to great effects. You know, even Anti-Mage wasn't able to do anything against a Barret's with that Paquito, but look at this, Key gets a shield. Oh my god, the shield comes in, and look at that, the Abyssal Arrow connects. It's gonna be first blood taken by Renbo. Boot now trying to retaliate, but look at that. Repo is gonna chomp him up, and look at the follow-up. It gets another Abyssal Arrow. Boots gets slain. Now it's gonna be a 2-for-0. Sans has to get away right now, and look at that Death Sonata. This is a perfectly timed pick off from the side of Bigetron Alpha because the turtle has just spawned, but we have to see what ONIC Esports responds with.
Yep, look at that. ONIC Esports, this straight away want to contest, and the CW just flicker and use that to the right Dread of Wrath to just pick off one member coming from Bigetron Alpha. Bronze is gonna be the first target, and Key will be the next one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 2-for-2 trade, as that turtle will be secured by the side of ONIC Esports. But remember, Bigetron Alpha right now in the early game, right? All they need to do is survive that Popol and the Harley. Once they get to maybe the mid game, this Harley will be less of a threat to them, right? Because maybe they have those defensive abilities to try to nullify that magic damage.
Well, we've seen, as we mentioned, the early gang potential by Bigetron, playing it very clean, and we've seen this a lot in this MPL. The combo with the Selena and the Baxia, the stun into the Abyssal Arrow,
but
very
Sans
effective.
And Keyboy, they are trying so hard to just giving a poke damage, a pressure towards Rainbow. Look at that
Drian comes in, and Rainbow from the backside going to be able to get that kill, but look at that, traded back instantly. The Turtle's Poison has been used. ONIC now, they're looking for a kill onto Key, but no, he is still going to live with 1 HP. Key has been doing this all the way from yesterday. Key always lives with 1 HP, as now ONIC, they're going to push this mid wave to that mid turret.
And since you were mentioning about how ONIC wants to basically take control of the early game and Bigetron wants to scale, you have to wonder if they think this is worth it, trading 1-for-1 in this early game with Bigetron.
Yeah, but Drian, he doesn't want to stop. He just really wants to give a lot of pressure towards that smart, and it's gonna be 1-for-1 because CW just dived too much inside the turret at the top lane.
Yeah, the trades coming in again and again for Bigetron Alpha and ONIC Esports. They keep on trading 1-for-1, but unfortunately it will hurt Matt more than it does CW because that wave was on the turret.
Yep, that's true. And I can say that ONIC Esports, they still have a chance as well to get the gold seal at the top turret just now. Maybe not much, but at least it's totally worth for ONIC Esports.
Right now, Bigetron Alpha, they're already setting up for this turtle. And look at that, already using the Shield Unity onto Sans. He uses the poker trick and he's going to dash away like that. But look at this, another 1v1 comes in. Matt actually survives a 2v1. Now, ONIC, they they do not have the man advantage right here, all right? They have to be very, very careful because Repo is also very, very tanky, and he's in the front side, and look at that. Shield Unity comes in, he's going to stun Sans up, but he's going to bounce back to where he was. Now, Repo going to use his ultimate to try to get that kill, but he's going to get taken down. Turtle has been stolen by Sans. Deadly Magic comes in. The follow-up poker trick also to try to take Key down. It's not going to be enough as they will take the fight here. ONIC Esports.
Again and again, Key is still able to survive with only a slight HP there. Wow, we're really a good performance by Key here, but ONIC Esports, the success to just stole the turtle.
And you see Bigetron, I guess, have the right idea because they keep sending Key all the way to the back line. It seems like during that whole fight, he was rolling around with the shield unity, trying to zone away Sans from the fight. But then they just took a bit too long, and Sans was able to walk, to juke him around, actually get to the turtle and get the steal.
Yeah, but the problem is no one will cover the bronze as well. So probably Bigetron also they took a lot of risk by just sending Key into the backline of ONIC Esports, like Arashi mentioned before.
Yeah, but this is very, very intelligent coming in from ONIC Esports, right? They do not want to go to an all-out brawl. They want to keep poking. They want to use that range that they have to stop to chunk Repo down first. Once he was low enough, they went in, and surely enough, he got bursted down out of that team fight, and instantly they were able to take the fight over.
It's interesting because look at the Rainbow. His item musician is hasn't done yet. Meanwhile, Drian, he already secured 1 clock of Destiny that actually giving him a lot of mana stack here. And I think it's pretty tough for Bigetron Alpha since they lose 2 turtle here. So maybe they will borrow a lot of time.
Yeah, but look at that. The shield unit comes into the top side. The Zone Force has also been popped. CW not trying to survive with all that he can, but Keyboy will support him from backside. Going to be able to stun Key up as CW escapes from that desperate situation.
And that Balearic pick come out very, very valuable here because if that was any other character, maybe they would have been picked off. But since it's the Balearic, it's so tanky, he lasts for so long against 2 people, his friends are able to just come in and get the save.
Yeah, and right now, oh my god,
Yeah,
Matt,
look
you have
at
to be
that.
careful there because look at that. The Spawn Force has been popped, but Keyboy's right there. The Koopa is going to try to chomp him up, but Matt gets away. Now, the Turtle, ONIC has more pressure over this bronze, has to be very, very careful right now.
Yeah, but meanwhile, the turtle will be pop up at the top river right now. ONIC Esports, they have a chance to get this turtle without any contest, but Bigetron Alpha, they want to take a risk. They just want to straight away keep giving a pressure towards ONIC Esports. Repo with the Detonans will come, trying to shut down Boots, but Boots look pretty strong, pretty sustained as well for the team fight just now, and I don't think Bigetron Alpha have a chance to just contest the turtle.
Yeah, I mean, they lost. I mean, Matt had to recall. They lost the mid turret. They just had no pressure anywhere on the map. It was just completely, it shouldn't even be contested, all right? Bigetron Alpha, they chose the right move, wise decision to go back. They do not win that fight.
Interesting enough, though, we have since the earlier pick, we have not seen the Abyssal Arrow.
But wait a minute, actually, Key uses the Shield Unity onto CW as his Zaman Force has been popped as well. But again, like you said, Arashi, this Balearic is way too tanky, but there is another fight going on now. Sans trying to get a kill onto Repo, but he will be able to just zone him off. Now the turrets are going out. I mean, they're taking every single turret. They're sieging this the turrets from Bigetron Alpha's side, and there's nothing Bigetron can do right now.
Yep, but Matt already finished his Holy Crystals, so this Harry actually is ready for the team fight. I think ONIC Esports, they have to pay attention with this Matt as a Harry that can be maybe I can say a secret weapon as well for Bigetron Alpha. They will just rely on this Harriet, dragging this game into the late game. Harriet could be a threat as well for ONIC Esports.
But Drian with a 3-0 score already has the truncheon, so they have to be.
But the Abyssal Arrow connects now. Key goes in with the Shield Unity. The follow-up damage is there. He's gonna get taken down. That's a disaster for ONIC. Sans gets taken down. They're looking for Keyboy now. The turtle's poison, and the Abyssal Arrow lands. The Sonata picks up a double kill. They're gonna go for ONIC Esports. It's gonna be a 2-for-0 trade.
Wow, that's really a miss. I can say maybe an unfortunately condition for ONIC Esports since they lost their jungler. They don't have enough damage. Rian probably want to take a risk as well to just continue the team fight just now.
And we'll see what ONIC does after such a disastrous team fight. We'll see how they play around. I was talking about how. Oh, hold up.
Oh, but Boots look pretty strong with this Paquito though, with the heavy and the jab that he has. He really pushed Key back away.
Every time I'm starting to cover something, something always happens. Such a high-action game here, guys.
Such a high-action game, very active from both teams. Again, with their styles, right? They got the Popo and Koopa, they have the Bakshi. They're going to look for roams everywhere on the map, like you said earlier in the draft, Tarashi.
Well, on that topic, I was saying that we haven't seen another Abyssal Arrow into Shield Unity combo. So I'm wondering if that is because ONIC is playing around that, or is it because Bigetron maybe lost track or are just unable to find the chance to do that?
Yeah, but if you check the snack video head-to-head just now, it looks like, I mean, obviously, statistically, it really favors Sans, but right now, wait a minute. Oh my god, another Abyssal Arrow connects Keyboy, gets taken down just like that, but he's trying to return the kill back. Sans uses the Deadly Magic onto Rainbow, not going to be able to get him down, but this is what I said, right? When they get to the mid-game, it is going to be sketchy for ONIC Esports because they do not have damage anymore from Sans. And look at that, the Zaman Force has been popped, CW is the target, everyone is doing damage. CW is going to get taken down. That's a killing spree for Bronze. They're looking for more. Repo's traded back, but look at the Abyssal Arrow. Matt tries to kite around, he gets shielded, but a Deadly Magic will take him down. That's going to be a 2-for-2 trade for both teams, an equal trade.
Yep, but look at that. Actually, this is what I say. Matt, maybe ONIC Esports, they kind of forgot about this Harit, but you have to pay attention with the chronos that he has, with the synchro vision that Harit has as well. He can give Wing a lot of poke damage with the magical power that he has. The problem is ONIC Esports, they don't have, maybe they only have CW for the lockdown hero and also Suns, but the problem, it won't be enough since probably Repo, because of they are kind of relying on their Repo here with that barrage, but the problem is we've seen a lot of the detonas will come kind of miss from Repo. So Bigetron Alpha sometimes they are kind of lose their momentum as well.
Again, no time for you to tell your thoughts, to speak on your thoughts as they keep on trying to look for these ganks. Look, another Abyssal Trap has landed on Keyboy. He's looking for an Abyssal Arrow, but the pause will come in. Finally, some room for you to speak on your thoughts right here, Arashi. So far, 9-7, 1,000 gold lead from ONIC Esports.
I think ONIC certainly have the momentum, but we have seen that Bigetron is able to pull these fights back in their favor. And I think you can go with the old adage that CC wins games. So as you can see, these stuns, especially like you from the Selena, coming out very value. Every time they get a very good arrow, it's just instant follow-up from Bigetron. It's like this is like their style.
Yeah, you're
but
right.
Bringing this game into the late game, Bigetron Alpha is 100% have a higher chance to turn back the table because they have Granger as their marksman here. One insurance for the late game. Meanwhile, ONIC Esports, they don't have much here. If they lose Drian or maybe this Lunox from ONIC Esports, they won't have enough probably damage output coming from ONIC Esports because Harley damage will kind of fall off into the super duper late game.
But in the fight we saw earlier, we saw how even when Granger was slightly zoned, we saw the Harith come up with the Zaman Force, putting out the DPS for Bigetron, making sure that that Belric, even though it takes a lot of time, eventually does fall.
That's true, yeah. But we are back into our game. Look at that. Now Bigetron Alpha, they are trying to just secure in the Lord Pit here, make sure that ONIC Esports won't have a chance to just go make an initiation towards the Lord.
He already going to use that Shield Unity onto Drian. But remember, like you mentioned earlier, Momo-chan, average game time, right? If it goes to the late game, Bigetron Alpha, they have more experience. They had more games.
They have more advantage, actually.
Yeah, they had more games in the regular season, and they have the longest average game time, all right? He looks for another engagement. He still has the Turtles' poison. He's going to tank a lot of damage. It's ONIC Esports. They have used 2 ultimates now. They might look for a re-engage, but Key is just simply too low. The Deadly Magic comes in. That is going to be 3 ultimates used, but also 2 ultimates used from the side of Bigetron Alpha. A lot of resources has been spent. Repo now going to go to that front line. He's actually going to get poked, so they have to look for a fight instantly here. They cannot go for these poking fights, but look at that Death Sonata all the way to Sans. He gets taken very low, and now Bigetron, they've recovered. They have gotten more pressure right here as they're looking to get this mid turret first. The Abyssal Arrow does not connect. Actually, it does connect onto Drian. As Repo, he's going to flicker backside, and look at the damage. Look at the fallout coming in. Boots gets taken down. Wait, he's still fighting, actually. He's not going to get taken down just like that. Brandt will finally finish him down. That's going to be shut down, but Rainbow gets traded back. He's going to get an unstoppable as ONIC Esports will secure another kill. And that's going to be a 3-for-1 trade. Now ONIC, they're looking towards this Lord.
That's really a good right of word coming from CW though. It's actually locked 3 people from Bigetron Alpha, Bransky and also Rainbow couldn't move a second just now. But look at that, CW, they still want more and Drian pretty confident with the chaos assault that he has. And now it's gonna be moment for ONIC, but suddenly Matt.
Yeah, I mean, he almost made a hero play right there, but unfortunately, Drian still had that brilliance of the order, and CW just instantly healed up all of his HP, Arashi.
And speaking of talking about Bigetron being in dire straits and with the longest average game time, even the other day we saw them go for 3 whole games, all the way to past
30 minutes.
all the way to 30 minutes, way past the 20-25 minute mark. So you have to think that the coach Age probably has some advice, have some tips to go on how to play these games in the late game.
Yeah.
So just because they really drawn out games, especially with the high pressure, knowing that one death, like the other day, one death took like 90 seconds on the death timer.
Yes.
That's
right.
true, yeah.
So with that knowledge, they might have an edge here when the game goes to the late game.
Look at that, the CW with the drive. Look at that,
Yeah.
3 members from Bigetron Alpha totally locked down, cannot go anywhere though. And really a good follow coming from ONIC Esports as well with the Chaos Assault.
That's the thing, you know, this is what CW brings with that Belleric. You know, the team fight is just super clean from it, right? If they all group up like that's Bigetron's plan, right? They want to group up, they want to kite back.
Yeah.
But if they get locked down by CW's Flicker, Wrath of the Dread, it's just impossible to get out of that situation, especially with the follow-up damage. But look at that, the Abyssal Arrow actually connects onto Drian. Now, Drian's caught in a bad situation, forced to use that brilliance of the order to run away. Now, they're looking for a re-engage because Drian has been immobilized. I mean, he has used his ultimate, but Sans now uses the Deadly Magic onto Repo, trying to get a kill, but Repo will be able to survive that one. He is very tanky. They both of these teams, all right? Even though ONIC Esports has the lead right now, they also still have to be very careful because Bigetron Alpha, they can come back from a losing game like what we've seen yesterday.
Yep, like I said earlier, if ONIC Esports they lose Drian as maybe the Shadow Striker they're coming from ONIC Esports here for his Lunox, I think it's pretty tough for ONIC Esports to maybe sustain in the team fight because Bigetron Alpha they have a lot of damage output here. They have this Harry, they have this Granger, they have this Rainbow who will play a bit safe at the backline. So ONIC Esports they really have to pay attention a lot with a lot of aspect from Bigetron Alpha. They have to pay attention with the Abyssal Arrow. They have to pay attention with Repo's ultimate.
Look at the top side. Look at that, the engage coming in from Kita. Get that pick again and again. CW gets picked up. Now, Repo is alone in this mid side. He's trying to clear the minions. He will be successful in that, but look at that mid tier 2.
Very well played by ONIC, with the knowing that the Lord is still not up for a very long period of time. They sent CW up to the top side. Unfortunately, he gets caught. Bigetron notices that he is alone, and the Lord is taking a bit longer to spawn. He just immediately sent 4 people to just beat on him, knowing that he's just that tanky and they require that much manpower.
Yeah, Bigetron Alpha, amazing play coming in there to try to get that pick as they now return with that mid turret taken down. Brenbo so far on this Selena, he's been super effective, but the thing is that the team has just not been able to cover or to follow up on that Abyssal Arrow a lot of these times.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Bronze, again and again, our king of marksman always play a bit safe. He wants to really make sure that actually he won't get caught and he will pay attention for his positioning. Because if Bigetron Alpha, they lose this Granger, okay? If they lose Bronze, maybe, yeah, they still have Matt. But it's pretty easy for ONIC Esports to just catch this Matt with the dread of what the actually CW has, though.
Yeah, but again, it's going to be very hard for Sans to try to burst anyone down because look at that. Already 1, 2, 3 Athenas built for the side of Bigetron Alpha.
Yeah.
And you can see that ONIC really respects the presence of BTR, letting go that tower without much of a fight, surprisingly.
And surprisingly as well, ONIC Esports, no one from the magical hero coming from ONIC Esports has that Holy Crystal.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, they have to be very careful, right? Because again, Harley falls off in the late game. They are going to go to that late game stage. As we enter the 17th minute, the Lord has spawned. It is going to be the enhanced Lord, as now they are just pressuring this Lord side. They're clearing every single wave that they have right here, and they're literally just ignoring that top side. Bigetron has the advantage in that top side. Remember, ONIC, they might be in a pickle right here.
Yep, and like I said earlier, only Matt from Bigetron Alpha that has this Holy Crystal. 35 magical power that actually Hard has. I think it could be enough damage as well for ONIC Esports to just maybe giving a pressure for ONIC now. But right now, ONIC Esports, they already secured the Lord and the team fight. Bigetron Alpha, they want to force the team fight right now. But Keyboy look pretty strong with CW, with the flicker, and also the dread of Worthy coming from CW. Shelter again and again, locked down two member from Bigetron Alpha, and look at that Dryad.
Yeah, but look at that. They're going to keep on kiting back Momo-chan. That engage from Key was very, very aggressive. The Lord has been taken down. What were they doing? They went in a very bad situation, but they were able to trade 1-for-1. It still will be a good trade for Bigetron Alpha, but still, wait a minute. They might just look for Drian right here as he is forced to use that Brilliance of the Order. The Abyssal Arrow does not connect, and he has to run away. But wait a minute, he's looking for another dash in to try to get Drian, but unfortunately, he respects the team of ONIC Esports. They are all there to cover him.
But I touched this earlier, but he, with that insane work rate activity, he just goes around, he tries to get info for the team. Unfortunately, by the time he arrives and he gets vision of the Lord, it's already taken down. So maybe in that moment he panicked and he started the fight, and which is not bad on Baxia, since the Turtles' presence actually trails behind him. So when they were trying to secure him, they were taking tons of damage from him. Unfortunately, he was just a bit too far from his team, and so that fight did not go in their favor at all.
Yeah, it's already the buffed minions, the Lord buffed minions already coming to that mid side. That Sonata has been used by Brent to try to zone ONIC away, but it's not going to land at all as the Lord will charge into that turret. Now, Bigetron Alpha, they are on full defense mode. They got to kill this this Lord, and actually actually that was very fast.
Yeah, they managed to just clear the Lord pretty fast though, because their high ground is pretty strong. They have this mat as well with the Synchro Vision, and of course, Bronze with the Rhapsody and the Sonata. The problem is ONIC Esports, it's pretty tough for them as well to just break the defensive here, because look at that, this Repo, he keep getting that stuck, okay, for this Dino. So I think ONIC Esports need to find a way. They need that Holy Crystal, especially for this Harley and also Drian, because it's only that item that can give a burst damage as well as the magical power from ONIC Esports.
But I think Bigetron is struggling a bit right now, just because when they have Granger who does a lot of burst damage, but every time they start a fight and Brands tries to go for that backline, CW just goes in the front. Like early on, he flickers forward and gets tons of people using it.
But look at the shielding comes in onto Sans. Now the follow-up comes in as well. Repo has used his ultimate. He's trying to eat someone. CW gets eaten, but remember, that's not the right target. Drian drives all the way to the backside, gonna use that Brilliance of the Order to get out. Now they're looking for a re-engage again and again. The Revitalize has been used. ONIC, they're fighting on that Revitalize. They're actually gonna get keyed down. The Immortal has been popped, but that's gonna be Barrett's taken down. That's gonna be two people taken down. A double kill secured now for Sans as they're looking for the base. 2-for-0 ONIC.
Yep, and CW still able to keep that. Oh, this is what I said. He just need to flick out, and of course he will use that ultimate. But the problem is they are not ready for it though.
Yeah, they're still able to kite away, and look at that. The deadly magic comes into Renbo. Now on Esports, they have to run away because Brands is starting to go in. The Death Sonata comes in. The stun does not connect onto Keyboy, and the Abyssal Arrow does not as well. Sans will be able to secure that orange buff, and 2 inhibitor turrets has been taken by that siege.
Actually, it was a good initiation coming from CW with that flicking and also the ultimate, the Dread of Wrath. But the problem is ONIC Esports members are not ready for it. They want to at least, okay, maybe they just can get the inhibitor turret in the middle as a priority target.
And it seems like whenever these fights happen, they go in a front-to-back fashion, which Bigetron likes. But it really seems like they just lack enough DPS to burst through, because they seem to get stalled, right? Because CW just stands in the front and absorbs all this damage. So they need to find a solution to this. Otherwise, they have to go for a pick or maybe a flank. But front-to-back team fights don't seem to be going in their favor thus far.
Yeah, even when they were fighting in the Revitalize and it still didn't matter. They were just not able to burst CW, Boots, and Keyboy down. Again, this is why I really like that Lunox pick coming into the draft, right? Because Lunox, such a presence in the late game, is able to just keep on melting these tanks from the side of Bigetron Alpha. And right now, as it seems, I mean, at the moment, Bigetron Alpha, they just have no answer for ONIC Esports composition.
Yeah, but look at that Sans. He just sold his shoes into the Windtalker. He wants to make sure that Poker will make a little bit attack speed here. An additional attack speed for that Poker will help a lot for the team fight. But Abyssal Arrow connect, and also the Death Sonata comes in from Brands. But Rian need to go back a little bit with the Brilliant of Order. They're actually being baited by Key.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Brilliance of the Order has been used. They've also seen that Sans has used that deadly magic. This is their time to look for a fight. 2 ultimates has been burned from ONIC Esports, but if they take too much health, take too much resources, take too many resources to take this Lord, it's going to be disastrous. Look at the Lord. The Lord is staying ONIC Esports. They're looking for more. CW goes into the backside. Now Key is the next target. He's going to get taken down by the deadly magic.
Oh my
That's
God.
a double kill already for Drian.
And
they're
they
looking
leave
towards
Repo.
He's the only one left. The dinosaur will be taken down.
The
Immortal, one more life comes up, but the dinosaur will be finally taken down. ONIC Esports takes game number 1.
Wow, wow, wow. Work out for ONIC Esports, and look at that. They're just cheering there. They just keep bouncing Bigetron Alpha. Like Eric said earlier, ONIC Esports, they always beat Bigetron Alpha, and Bigetron Alpha never found a way how to beat ONIC Esports. They never found the answer.
The Sicilian has to come through. I mentioned it before, I'll mention it again until they do pick that up. Right now, ONIC, you know, they're so dominant. Again, you know, it's a very slow game, a very slow paced game, but they handled every single team fight, every single scenario properly.